Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's pros tip. We've opted to do it inside actually today. Really cold day out there. I was out walking over the golf course earlier. It's really looking really good, and hopefully, as I say, we'll be back out there in the next few weeks. Fingers crossed. Okay, so this week's pros tip, I'm going to concentrate on the other contact point, your feet with the ground. If you remember last week, it was the contact with the golf club. Your hands, the correct grip pressure, the correct grip size. So my other contact point is here, the feet with the ground. So in order to make my right movement in the golf swing, my balance has to be right in my setup. So I want the weight sort of equally distributed for like an iron shot, not too much on the left foot nor the right, but sort of pretty much equally distributed, 50-50. And then what I try and feel is that sense of balance. I often sort of think of it as quadrants, 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. So I'm engaged. If I get a little bit too far back on my heels, it's more difficult to move, and the club may sort of get what I call a bit behind me. And if I'm a bit on my toes, the chances are I'm going to overbalance. So centered as a strike and hit the ball out the middle of the club face is quite difficult, but if you haven't got good balance, that's difficult too. So once I've got my balance here, when I make my rotation and my backswing, I expect to load up onto my right hand side. I can feel all that pressure, that resistance going up the inside here of my leg and down into the sort of inside of my right foot there. Okay, and then as I've gone in this position, I want to feel that sort of weight shift, so everything will transfer in sync, so the weight's now moving onto my left foot and I can finish in that balanced position. So what happens on the floor is pretty important. So I've got out these old golf shoes here, and you can see the spikes are run down and they're all sort of caked in mud. So actually, to try and make the right movement with that sort of support on the bottom of the sole of the shoe is going to be very difficult. How could I sort of spring off there and sort of create that power movement if I've got here? So my next probably a bit of advice for you, have a look at your golf shoes. New golf shoes are obviously vital, but if not, a set of spikes. They cost $11.99, and that might be the difference between trying to make that sort of powerful movement that you're looking for, and it'll give you good grip on the ground. Okay, thanks very much, and see you all soon.